Hello YouTube, we're back. Of course, and today we're going to talk about a very particular situation that I don't see enough people talk about. I don't see anyone talk about this mostly, right? Mostly. So what we're going to talk about right now is how good getting hit actually can be in this one instance of a situation that happens every match, by the way. This is a very particular situation, but this happens every round. This happens all the time. All the time. Almost all the time. Okay, almost all the time. But why am I even talking about? So, the thing is, getting hit in this game is something that's inevitable, no matter what. It's gonna happen. But there are some situations, and the one I'm gonna be talking about right now, is that you want to get hit. I know, crazy, right? Why would you ever want to get hit? But there's one situation that I'm gonna demonstrate that you do want to get hit. So one example of this is when you're on the ground. So when you are on the ground, there are a lot of situations when you actually want to get hit on the ground. Why would you ever do that? Let me explain. So the biggest reason why you actually want to get hit on the ground, sometimes, right, not all the time, is when something like this is happening. Let's say the opponent is getting you to the wall after a combo, doesn't matter how, right? Or wall splatting you, doesn't matter. After this wall splat, you get up normally, let's say, but if you get up normal, you are gonna get mixed up. And imagine if your opponent is in heat, like for example, something like this, right? You get wall splatted into a wall combo, you get up, and now you're getting mixed up by an opponent that is in heat. And that's very scary because you don't really want to block a heat smash either, especially since your back is towards the wall. You block a heat smash, most of the time it's going to be a mid one that's also going to be plus, which is also going to mix you up again, which is also going to kill you if you get strong, most of the time, right? But you can mitigate the situation a lot if you stay on the ground, which a lot of people already know to stay on the ground, right? That's one of the ways you can actually get away from 50-50, but you are staying on the ground. But what you need to know is that when you're staying on the ground, you also have to be ready to get hit, and sometimes you want to get hit on the ground by their ground hitting move, whatever it is. Example, so you get wall splatted like this, you stay on the ground. If you stay on the ground, always do this. And suddenly, when I stay on the ground, I got hit once by a little ground hitting move. Doesn't matter what you get hit by. I mean, sometimes it does matter, but you get hit by something and then you tech roll away. So this is what I call getting hit by a move on purpose at the start of the video, when I explained it, right? So you have to get hit on purpose here, so your positioning changes from to the wall, I mean facing the wall, to the opponent being at the wall, right? This makes sense when you think about positioning, because positioning in this game is very important. Think about it this way. You're not changing, but trading some of your life, depends on what move you get hit by, obviously. You're trading some of your life for better positioning. It won't happen all the time, but there's a lot of situations where something like this will happen. Like I just demonstrated, let me just demonstrate it again. You get wall splatted, you get wall combo, you stay on the ground, you side roll, get hit, tech roll away. Now your opponent is at the wall, and whatever you do, let's say you do a normal move, you may wall splat them. I don't know why that didn't wall splat, but something like this, let's say now it's a wall splat, and if the opponent hits you, you're not gonna get wall splatted. So having the awareness at the wall to actually stay on the ground and get hit on purpose to get away from the wall is very important, especially against certain kind of characters. For example, against Dragunov, it can be good, but you do not want to get hit by on the ground when their wall combo, let's say, incorporates a ground hitting move. The Dragunov is a good example of that, because Dragunov usually, whenever he wall splats you, finishes his wall combo with something like this, and then that, right? Usually, and that's a mix-up. If you stay on the ground, that will flip you over, and it's gonna continue the mix. But this is also another example when sometimes you do want to get flipped over, because you don't want to get mixed by this. Sometimes it's fine. Like, let me just demonstrate another example of a different wall combo, right? So this wall combo, this right here, into that, this will normally combo you, and it will get you in a mix-up, and it will flip you over, right? It will flip you over most of the time if you stay on the ground. Something like this. But if you see I get flipped over and I tech roll away from the wall, the positioning is way better. So sometimes, if you have the health for it, obviously, right? It's important to manage your health in this game. Very important, just like in every game, to be fair. But sometimes you have to use your health as a resource, and this is one of those times. Using some of your health bar for a positioning advantage is gonna be worth it. It is gonna be worth it, because now the Dragunov player can be pressured to the wall and get wall splat into a very good combo, while you, let's say you get hit by a wall running 2, you will not get wall splat and you will not get pressured to the wall again. Unless obviously the Dragunov player repositions himself as well, which might happen. But this is just a very important concept to actually figure out and to use in your advantage, obviously, right? But this doesn't only happen at the wall. This is very important to use even in the open against certain kind of characters. And the character I'm going to talk about is Kazuya. So against Kaz, you guys all know he has a Hell Sweep. Everyone knows that he has a Hell Sweep. So this Hell Sweep will knock you down, and if you stand up, it creates a vortex. This is what we call, right? It's a vortex kind of situation where you will get mixed up again. Let's say a 4-4-2 or another Hell Sweep is gonna be a mix-up if you stand up. So this is also one of those situations when you kind of don't want to stand up. To mitigate the 50-50 situation, use your health as a resource to get hit by on the ground sometimes, right? Depends on what you get hit by. Let's say down back 4. And if you do stay on the ground, you might get away from the situation. So let me just showcase it, right? Let's just showcase it. You're gonna stay on the ground, get hit by this, and now you're far away, hold back, and now you're back to neutral instead of getting mixed by like 10 Hell Sweeps. This is why it's so important to actually understand that staying on the ground and getting hit on purpose on some stuff can be important. A different example of this is that if the Kazuya player reads that you're gonna stay on the ground and does an FF4, you might also get away from the situation, but it's still gonna be a better mix-up because of the flip over. It's just how it is. The FF4 is that kind of move for Kaz, that if they guess that you're gonna stay on the ground, they will flip you over, come in and mix you up again. If you stay on the ground again, maybe you can create a better situation, but this is the kind of mix-up that Kazuya players do against you when it comes to Oki. So you have the option to stand up into a mix-up, or you have the option to stay on the ground and see what the Kazuya player is gonna do. Are they gonna down back 4, 4-4-4, hit you on the ground, not hit you on the ground? Are you gonna escape from the mix-up, or, you know, stuff like this. And this applies not only for Kaz, this applies also for a character like, I don't know, Devil Jin, right? Applies for other characters as well. When you don't want to block something or get mixed up in general, let's say an Azucena player knocks you down and you don't want to instantly block a wild rank 3-2 into a mix-up, or you don't want to instantly block something else like a heat smash, so you stay on the ground instead. This is a little bit of a better example at the wall, that's why that's the first example I told you guys, but it's very important to use your health as a resource when you're on the ground and stop getting mixed up as much to go back to the neutral. It won't always work. I'm not saying it's always 100% of the time gonna work, obviously not, but it's good to know that this kind of thing exists. And sometimes you have to predict that, okay, I am gonna get hit on the ground. Most likely I'm gonna get hit on the ground, actually, because we're playing Tekken 8 and a lot of lows especially hit on the ground. For example, like Kazuya down back 4 might hit you, Claudio sidestep 4 might hit you, Dragunov down 2 might hit you as well, or everything else like down 4, down 3, most lows are gonna hit you. Brian down 4 is gonna hit you, and Brian down 4 is a great example of this, because Brian's Oki sometimes you don't want to stand up against it, right? And you're gonna get hit. And when you get hit, you tech roll away from the wall, and it's gonna be a little bit of a better situation. Maybe forcing the Brian player to, instead of doing a taunt back 4 or taunt 4-2, to do a taunt jet upper for higher reward. Maybe. Right? So, which is harder, obviously. Way more difficult. So, this situation is very important. This is the thing I wanted to talk about today, because I don't really see this mentioned a lot. Or to be fair, I don't think I've ever seen this mentioned or talked about that much. So, it's important to use health as a resource. In general, to be fair, but this is just one very good example where it's almost always good to do. Almost always good to do. Especially when this wall is a breakable wall. Especially. Like, imagine this wall was breakable, like a balcony break, right? Now you really don't want to stand up. You really don't want to stand up, because you're gonna get mixed and most likely die if you get hit by a mid, because the mid is most likely gonna wall splat you. And you'll most likely will also get mixed very well because you don't want to duck because of the mid wall splitting you, and the opponent might use that against you and use like 5 lows. Let's say, right? So this is a very bad situation that you kind of don't want to get mixed up in. You don't want to get mixed up. So you stay on the ground, side roll away from the wall, get hit on purpose, tech roll away from the wall, and then now you're in a way better position for, I don't know, 10 of your HP. You sacrifice 10 of your HP. As I already said, it depends on how much HP you have, but if you have enough HP, let's say you have higher than 120, 130, or maybe even 100, you can use that HP as a resource to get away from the situation and maybe create a better position for yourself, a bigger advantage for yourself because of that, and a better combo situation for yourself, or many other things. Many other things. This is very, very good to do, and I just wanted to share with you guys so everyone else also starts doing it. Because it's smart. And I want you guys to get better, obviously. And I want you guys to win more. Not get better, just to win more. Right? Duelist viewers deserve to win all their games. All of them. But yeah, everyone, thanks for watching. As always, big thanks for watching. And I'll see everyone in the next one. Till then.